Hello peeps, it's Hillbilly Halfwit. How are you today? Sorry about my nose. I gave it a clout the other day and I got a big boxcar on the side here, but there we are, that's life. Let's get moving, eh? It's very windy today, so I hope the mic will work. What we're going to talk about today is fanatics. Fanatics and how they all lead to trouble. And my sheep are following around here all the time today for some bizarre reason will let me do a video. So what we're talking about is the Dale Vince and the George Monbioys and Chris Packhams of the life. They're fanatics. They are cult leaders of a religion, and their prime goal is to get more followers. And in the one man's case is to make a huge amount of money. Now he is actually bought his way into the Labour Party and has been given money, millions of pounds worth of money, and he's in a position of power now and he's using it, and all these students and kids have been brainwashed into thinking the world is going to end. And now we got this month Vegan January again. It's I think it's very, very sinister. Very, very sinister. Preying on children. These people are using really, really nefarious means, pretending the world's going to end with kids that don't know no different. And I think it's sick. What's the word for it? What they do to the pedos, don't they? They with children, they build them up into a state that they can control them, and that's what's going on. I'm afraid our schooling system in the UK has had it. It's been infiltrated by cult members of academia. That's all I can say. It's sad to watch. It really is sad to watch. And I'm on a Facebook page at the moment for following Dale Vince and the stuff he's coming out with. Absolutely unbelievable. And his followers are religious. It's like a religious leader, like the Moomins years ago. Them lot, they all poisoned themselves and stuff. I dread to think what's going to happen, indeed. And what the situation we got ourselves in the UK, we've got so many people in universities now who are for this new religion, and they are determined to push people into this whether they like it or not. They're making the poor in society poorer, the elderly colder and starving, and they don't care. It's just the religion. The religion wants it, the religious leadership want it, so they don't care what they're doing. They don't care if they're destroying kids' lives and frightening them to death. Because in the UK now, the mental health of children, it's really beyond a joke now. You have children who haven't even got into their teens wanting to commit suicide because they think the world's going to end, continually frightened. It's sad to see. And only people like me and certain others will speak up, because if they say anything on YouTube, the channel gets stopped, like mine, all the time. Most of these YouTubers are afraid to say anything because they're afraid of their money. That's what it's all about. There's a certain few, there's lots of big YouTubers about there from both sides now. I don't mean just on one side, our side. I mean on both sides should be saying it, but they're afraid of losing their money. They should be putting this stuff out there. We've got a mental health crisis in the UK, and we've had one for men for years that everybody seems to ignore because they've been making men to be out to be the bad people all the time. And I think what's behind it all really is that the people in charge, whoever they are, decided to make manly people, manly blokes who look after their family, bring the bread home, to be make them out to be bad people. And then you've got girls sadly taught in school that their brothers and their fathers and their grandfathers were all bad people. And it's terrible, absolutely terrible. The amount of people are committing suicide because of it. And you get children in school now, which should be the best time of their lives at that age, worrying if the world's going to end. It's shameful indeed. Now, I've been using AI this last week and to make some thumbnails, practicing to make some thumbnails. And it's pretty good, really. I've actually got used to it. And of course, there'll be some naysayers saying, do not use that. But you know what? I'm going to use their own tech against them. So there should be a good AI thumbnail for this, even though I'm just speaking like I normally do. We currently have a complete load of maniacs in charge of our country, especially in Wales. And then people I mentioned at the start, Yolo Williams and all that, what are they doing? They're destroying my country. Now, I'm not one of these people. I was when I was younger. I'm not a Welsh nationalist. I was when I was younger. I did think like that. But then as I've grown older, I've realised it's a nationalist, socialist agenda that are pushing all these things. I'm a big fan of the UK as a whole. All the countries together as one, looking after each other. And when I see this business of people wanting to be split up the UK, it's attack on the UK, it is. The academia are attacking the UK and they want to destroy it all. And I'm not happy about it. And I'm not willing to let it happen if I can do my best on here. And I know I'm only a small little YouTube channel and will never get much bigger because they don't like me saying things. And but I will still try my best to do it. I think there's lots of people around the world and in the UK who feel the same, feel boxed in and feel like their rights are being taken off them. And lots of people are in a position where they owe too much and they're stuck. They can't do anything about it in work or whatever. And like I say to you, in my younger years and most of my life, I've worked away from the farm, so I know what it's like to work hard jobs. It's hard on the farm, but you're your own boss. It's different when you're working for somebody else. And one lesson I learnt in life is the hard jobs pay pretty well. That's what I learnt in life, away from the farm anyway. And you don't have to like your boss. I worked for several bosses that didn't like me or I didn't like them. And they paid me all on time and we just got on with it. Most of my bosses I all got on with, but there was two I didn't like and they didn't like me. But as long as I did my work, I got paid on time, never had any hassle off them, fair play. So that's what I learnt in life. As long as they're making money off you, you're okay. They don't care. They'll treat you right. But don't expect to be drinking with them in the pub. So that's the one for today. I hope you like the new thumbnails. I don't really care if you don't like them, I do. I spent a bit of time last night messing about with it, and I think this AI, you can make brilliant thumbnails, and I'm using their tech against it. So please subscribe and share and do this stuff, because YouTube have really knocked my channel down now for the last 2 weeks to 0, really. I'll show you in the analytics of it. It's been knocked down to 0 from thousands of people watching. And it was all since I did these Starmer things, so, but bollocks to them. I don't care. We've still got you lot watching you. And we'll keep trundling on and hoping we'll get a little bit better and a bit bigger. And it'll take time, but we'll get there. So keep up the fight. All the best, Gaz.